Adam, 4-1 win over South Shields. How would you sum up that one?
Strange, really. It was a bit of a strange game. I mean, we don't find ourselves in that situation too often, really. Where you've got, probably 70 minutes, 65 minutes to play against 9 men. And real credit to them, because they dropped really deep and they got players behind the ball and they made it really hard for us. That shows why they're such a good side. They dug in and they kept battling, they threw the bodies in, they made it hard for us. And for us, it was the case of getting to half time, speaking to the lads and remaining patient, moving the ball a bit faster and missing people out, reducing the touches. And I was always confident that if we scored the first goal early enough, that we'd eventually the legs would go, they'd tire, and we'd get a few more spaces and we'd go on and win the game comfortably. And then you get to 2-0 and you're quite comfortable, and then we go and make a couple of errors, leads to a corner, and we've just switched off and conceded a goal, and then their tails are up again. But credit to my lads as well, because they found solutions, they found ways to create chances, and it's a great 3 points for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was quite a tough game. South Shields, they didn't make it easy for you, even with 9 men.
No, they didn't. To be honest, I said to the lads at half time, at 0-0. Anything can happen. They might only have 9 players on the pitch, but they've got 9 good players on the pitch, and they've come through the leagues. They've got a lot of team spirit and togetherness, and they were always going to stick at it. And the longer that the game stayed 0-0, 1-0, they'd still fancy themselves of getting 1 or 2 half opportunities where they might be able to pinch a result. And that was why getting the first goal, I think it was 12 minutes into the second half, was quite crucial for us, really, because I saw a bit of a change in their body language, and playing then 1-0 down with over half an hour to go is very tough. But we knew it would be a tough game against them. They're a good side, and I think anybody who's going to win this league is going to have to finish above them. And credit to both sets of players.
Yeah, it was quite a comfortable second half for your team. You went 2-0 up, but then South Shield was the first chance of the half. You conceded a goal. How disappointed were you to concede that goal?
Extremely. I think they've got 3 players in the box to our 5, and to be fair, Danny Ellis held his hand up at the end and he said, it's his man. We've had 2 or 3 lads have gone to contest the first ball, all bumped into one another. Nobody's got a decent, clearance on it, and the lads just took a touch and smashed it in. So disappointed, but even in the build-up to how they won their corner, we made a couple of errors, and I think it was just a lapse of concentration and just switching off and probably taking our situation and being 2-0 up with 20 minutes to go or so for granted, and it's just a case of reminding the players at the end. Games can change so quickly in this division, and you can't afford to let your guard down, whether you're playing 11 men, 10 men, 9 men, regardless of the scoreline. You cannot take your foot off the gas, because there's a lot of good teams and they'll punish you. But not to make too big a deal out of that. I don't want it to overshadow the overall performance and result. And had we been told beforehand that we'd get 6 points from our first 2 games, considering the strength of the opposition we've faced, then we would have been delighted.
Yeah, because you did go on to win 4-1, so that's 2 wins from 2. So you're feeling optimistic for the season? I know you probably don't want to draw conclusions too early, but are you feeling optimistic?
Yeah, I was optimistic anyway, probably just because of the way that we finished last season. I felt that we got stronger and we got better as the season went on. Obviously, we fell a little bit short in the playoffs, but we'll learn from that, and we've recruited well in the summer. I think the lads that we've brought in have fit in very, very well. They're good lads, good characters. They're all, they all want to win. They all want to do well, and I'm optimistic that we can have another good season. But it's 2 games in. It's 2 good wins, and that's all it is. We've now no game on Saturday, which is disappointing. And we've got to prepare and get ready for a very difficult game here against Hensford on Monday.